Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the Connection Show this week. Each week we have different people from organizations around our viewing area come in and talk about what's going on. There's a lot of great organizations around here, and we do enjoy talking to those people. And many times, actually here, we do not know exactly what these organizations do. And hopefully by having this show and putting the information out there, you'll understand better the organizations, what they do service-wise for our communities around our viewing area, and also if you'd like to get involved in some of these organizations. And everyone that we normally talk to need volunteers. That's probably the most important thing. And of course, they always need donations, and monetary and otherwise. So we do appreciate you joining us on the show. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a gentleman about a very important program around the area. It's called The Call. We'll be back in a moment.
Textures of cotton and comforts of home greet you as you enter Shelby's Gifts in Harrison. Our sprawling baby section is filled with beautiful clothes, gifts, and accessories for babies and children. Experience the meaning of Christmas as you shop our Willow Tree Nativity and collection of angels. Browse our Christmas displays as you shop over 7,500 square feet of holiday fun. Find unique and collectible Christmas gifts and decor the whole family will love. Let us help you entertain, serve, and welcome guests into your home with festive servingware, bright tea towels, and gourmet snacks. Find the most unique gifts and home accessories at Shelby's, celebrating 40 years in Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest in the studio today, no stranger from the area, Mark Missler. Missler's Furniture and Appliance out on Highway 7 South. We've done business with Mark, been knowing you for a long, long time. But not only from a business standpoint, Mark is very active in the First Baptist Church, and he's very active in a program called The Call. And that's what we want to talk about here today. Some people may not know what the call means, and let's just talk a little bit about what it is, and then we'll get into some more specifics, Mark.
Okay. The Call is a faith-based organization that started in Little Rock with the hopes to open a chapter in every county of Arkansas. Mm-hmm. And what we do, we have a unique partnership with DHS, Department of Human Services, that allows us to work with them to recruit and train and open foster homes. Because we are acting on what we believe is a calling in Scripture, we're faith-based, we take it one step further by encouraging the bodies of Christ to help us support and encourage local foster homes. The call stands for Children of Arkansas, Love for a Lifetime. Mm-hmm. And we believe there's several scriptures, but our biggest one we love is James 1:27, which says, pure and undefiled religion before our God and Father is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress. We realize that not all people are called to open their home, but if you're a Christian, by Scripture, you are called to care.
Well, you know, it's a very good organization, and I've known about it for several years, and I know a lot of people that have gotten into foster care programs, and the problem is the numbers, and I was looking at some numbers before you came today on some information I'd gotten. In Arkansas alone, over 5,000, getting closer to 6,000 children need some type of foster care. And unfortunately, we have organizations come on all the time, and the main reason for this situation is no different than a lot of others. It has to do with drug use by the caregivers. And these children get displaced in certain areas because of somebody that's not caring for them in the proper manner. In fact, I was reading about the Division of Children's and Family Services in Arkansas saying that without an organization like the Call, there's no way they could keep up with the numbers that come through every year. So it speaks well for the organization. But the main thing you need, probably more than anything, obviously you need funding, but probably more than anything you need the volunteers to get involved in this program.
We do. I mean, probably our biggest need, I'm going to say is prayer, but we need homes. Mm-hmm. We're pretty solid on money. People give to it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take a lot of money. It does take some money to do what we do, but prayer and homes and churches. We need churches to open their doors to let us speak, and then maybe to host informational meetings where people can come and learn what we actually do. And then even possibly the church could open its doors 2 weekends in a row, provide a little bit of snack or possible a light meal for people who can come to that want to open their home, and we will come and do the training. And we need churches to open their doors to do that. Again, you're right on the figures that you have. There are currently 500 children available for adoption. Currently in Boone and Newton County, we have 87 children that have been taken. We have 21 foster homes. So those numbers speak for themselves. Obviously, there's 4 times as many kids. It's estimated that there are several hundred, could be 500 or more, that possibly might need to be taken out of their home soon in Boone and Newton County. Wow. Most of that being Boone. Wow. Again, drugs. That number is staggering because I have the privilege of going to churches. Very seldom am I in a church that has more than 500 people sitting there. And I always say, think about that. When you can see it in that perspective, I mean, can you imagine that all of a sudden everyone in this building doesn't have a home, or where they're at, they are being abused? Wow. And, it's a tough deal. Again, I know everyone's not called to open their home, but you and I talked recently, a good friend of mine that is a doctor and treats people medically says, I tell people what they need to do to get better. Most people don't do it. They say they can't do it. And it's usually not that they can't do it. It's that we don't take the time to do it because we're all busy. I can tell you personally, we have fostered, and we may do it again, I don't know. Every time I have made a decision in life that affects only me and what I want, it's a bad decision. And I just think there's people out there that can open their home. Again, everyone's not called to do it, but I wish people would pray about it and think about it, because it is a huge commitment. It's going to change your life. What you watch on TV, how much you're on your computer and phone, because you're taking care of kids. But when it's all said and done, we're all getting older and going to die. What a blessing to have actually permanently changed someone's life.
Mark, while we're there, let me ask you, and I don't know the answer to this, only that I've seen through the many years that I've had the pleasure of knowing you and doing business with you, that you've taken several foster kids in through the years, and your children are grown now, and you've got grandkids, mm-hmm. But if I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you may have even had foster kids even when your kids were still at home. But how many have you affected? I mean, you've had several. I don't know. You may still have now.
Well, the problem that I currently have, and I have to be careful because names.
I wouldn't.
Right, I can't do names. The problem I have is we have only really taken in one that actually stayed and lived with us all the time.
Okay.
We've had boys that did stuff on the weekends. We love the Arkansas Baptist Boys Ranch, and we've taken some of those boys because typically no one wants an older teenage boy. And I understand that. It is tough. It is hard on your marriage. It is hard on your family, and it is hard on you. But the boys that we have aged out of DHS, and the problem is they may not have any living relative, okay? So if I was to bring in a foster kid, those kids can't come to my house without going through a background check. Currently, I think that it's possible that they might not could meet the things they need to do because of life choices they're making now.
Right.
And they're not horrible choices. They're not dangerous kids. It's just they've made some bad choices, and so I couldn't do that. And I feel like I still need to be a part of their life. They're here in Harrison. They're working. There's several. One recently got married. I mean, there's several kids, that we've hopefully been able to be a part of.
To affect. I know you had particularly older kids.
Particularly older kids. But I mean, we are, there's some things that we're probably going to do differently. And it is hard, with grandkids. You have to have time for grandkids.
Right.
You have to have time for your marriage. This will affect you, but it has been such a peace. I mean, I don't know really what to tell people, except I don't really understand why I did it, except that I know that God wanted us to do it. He enabled us to do it, and we could not have done it without God.
Look, we got about
Okay.
3 minutes left, Mark, and there's a couple things I want to talk about real quick. If somebody thinks they might be interested, who could they call? How would they, so they can get a little more information about it?
Well, they could call me. I'm at the store at 365-3900. Laura and some of the girls are at the call office, which is the old Joe Bowers office on 715 West Sherman, Suite C here in Harrison. And you really need to go see that place. People need to see it. They'll understand this a whole lot better. And I was told that we have a really good website called thecallinarkansas.org. And it shows a lot of great things on that. But the girls, or I can help too, but the girls, and we have lots of needs, that I could go over.
Yeah. Well, and I know if people would like to, if they'd like to donate money, they can go there and do it and whatever, give you a call. And it's a good, very good program. And we've kind of run out of time here to talk about it. But anything else briefly that you might want to say to the audience as far as?
One of the quickest things, November is National Adoption Month. I believe November 28th at noon at the courthouse here in Harrison. There'll be a time for that, for prayer.
Okay.
We would love for people to come to that. Visit the website. Please come see our office. We need your help, and there's a lot of things you can do, from washing clothes to getting us groceries and diapers. We need volunteers to help at the hospital.
Okay.
Lots of things you can do without bringing a kid into your home.
So any kind of help would be very much appreciated. And it's always volunteers are the key to this whole thing. And if you think about it and think, well, I don't know if I'd have time, or I don't know what kind of commitment I'd have to make, again, before you just say no, get more information. Call Mark. He'd be happy to answer questions. Go by their office, or do both. And get plenty of information before you make that final decision, because it is a much needed program, and it's only getting worse, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but it is. It's because of the drug use increasing. It affects a lot of families, and it throws kids into the situation where they need help. Mark, thank you very much for coming in today and talking about the call. Thank you for your time and efforts and your family and all the great things that you do. And I know you don't want to take credit for it, but these are things that, like I say, when you pass, if somebody wants to remember you for something, they want to remember things that you did that affected other people, and that would certainly be a big one for you.
Thank you.
Mark Mistler today talking about the call. And if you have any questions, please give him a call at Mistler's Furniture and Appliance, and he'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a couple of young ladies about another important program, the Arkansas Children's Hospital. Stay with us.
Gifts, gifts, and more gifts. That's what you'll find at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. Come in and browse their vast assortment of unique Christmas ornaments, wreaths, and wall decor. For the holidays, Sisters has added a new line of non-traditional wooden Christmas trees, reindeer, and other holiday characters. Whether you're looking for a bold centerpiece, an artistic floral arrangement, holiday dinnerware and serving pieces, or crystal candle holders, Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television, Dennis King. Thanks for joining us on the Connection Show this week. Our next guest in the Connection Show today comes from Circle of Friends. Many people know about them. We're going to tell you a little bit more about them and what they're doing, and actually a big event coming up. We have Christine Rose and Stephanie Smith both with us today. Thank you both for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
So you brought another.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you go solo. You
I know.
Just come in and
no
do
more.
it.
No more.
Stephanie's
no more.
going to have to take up
That's
slack today.
That's
Okay.
right.
Let's start off a little bit. Maybe you'd start off, Christine, a little bit about Circle of Friends. Most people have heard about it and probably know what they do, but we want to just elaborate a little bit on it.
Well, it's an organization that was created in 1983, and as you know, 3 of our own Harrison ladies pioneered this, and Millie Connors and Catherine Nance and Jackie Barker. It was first called Twigs, and it was all done for Arkansas Children's Hospital. And the foundation started going, wow, they're raising money, and we should do something. And then they changed the name to Circle of Friends. So we're a part of the Arkansas Children's Hospital Foundation and called Circle of Friends. It's a group of passionate volunteers who work tirelessly to raise funds for Arkansas Children's Hospital and our patients. And it's just a wonderful organization, and we really, we're really encouraging people to step up and volunteer, because we definitely need more hands. If they could just volunteer for one event even for the year, it just makes such a difference. Come to the Radiothon one year and you'll get an idea. Our children show up, and boy, if that doesn't warm your heart and let you see and bring out that passion in volunteering, I don't know what would.
And that's the thing about, if you're out there in the viewing audience, Circle of Friends, being a part of the Arkansas Children's Hospital Foundation. Children's Hospital's world renowned. It's not just for the United States. People bring children here from around the world. And fortunately, they're building one in Northwest Arkansas, so it'll be their second location. But it touches that many children. And Christine, I know here we've had hundreds of children that have utilized Children's Hospital, and many of them life-saving.
Absolutely,
situations.
And that's what's so exciting too about our Northwest Arkansas Children's Hospital coming up. There'll be 30 beds. We plan on opening January of 2018 coming up. I mean, we are so excited. There are so many children right now who daily and weekly drive down to Little Rock to get help. This is going to allow them to go over just, a little over an hour and have the same specialists that they have down there in Little Rock up here closer. So all the efforts that we do, all of that goes to help make those things happen.
Wow. I know you mentioned a while ago most organizations have to utilize some type of fundraisers to keep the organization going. Your big one is the Radiothon that you do. Do you do others? I mean, we're going to talk about something here, but maybe what's some of the others?
We just finished a la carte, and what that is it's kind of a taste of Harrison, basically. We usually have 15 different restaurants that come, and they have little samples of everything on their menu. And guests come, and there's silent auction items. That was held just a few weeks ago. and we made close to $19,000 on that.
Wow, how nice!
Huge success.
That's a big amount of donations coming in.
And it looks like our radiothon this year will be April 5th coming up, and of course I'll come back and we'll discuss that too.
Yes, we definitely want to. Well, you've got an event coming up, so we'll let Stephanie get involved in this. Now, is this something that you do annually? And I'm sorry, there's so many different organizations. Is this the first time, or is this something you do all the time?
Actually, Festival of Stars has been going on for years in Little Rock. However, what we're trying to do is all of there's 13 chapters of the Circle of Friends with the Arkansas Children's Hospital Foundation. So they've decided to branch out and have local area drop-off for toys and donations. And I'll let her emphasize that.
Because I had not heard about you doing this before. So it's been done, but not at the local level. So.
Yeah, Festival of Stars, it's going to be December 15th is when we're going to be at the Main Street Merchandise Outlet parking lot. And that's from, I think it's, 7 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. You can come by and drop off. But what we're really wanting now is for area businesses to put boxes out, within their businesses to collect those toys. And the toys will stay in Northwest Arkansas. They're not going down to Little Rock. They're going over to Springdale to the new Northwest Hospital. So we really encourage everyone to get involved in that. We know that Independent Living, they've got a toy drop-off at their place. DSI has been great to donate the truck to take it over to Springdale. It's going to be a really exciting day. We need volunteers for that day. If you want to be a little elf to help us sort out the toys, that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a great day. We plan on trying to have some hot chocolate that day. But right now what we really need is for area businesses to be a place to where people can drop off toys for these kids. And keep in mind, these are kids of all ages. We can take anything from a rattle, a little baby rattle, up to we've got teenagers that need lipstick and nail polish and fun stuff like that that will keep them occupied, during the holidays. And you can just imagine what it's like to be in the hospital with your kids, through the holidays. So we need to brighten their days as much as we can with some toys and fun stuff. So.
I noticed, Stephanie, you've got a list, and I've got a copy of it, the list on the back. And so actually, they've got a list here. How could they obtain a list, this list? Can you go on the website?
You can. Actually, if you go to, if you'll visit archildrens.org/festival, there's some lists there. That kind of give you, and then also if they want to reach out to us, I think you've got all of our contact info. Feel free to contact us. We'll be glad to drop posters off. We're trying to do that now. We'd love for area businesses to put on their marquee to let people know that the toy drive's going on. Jeff Crockett has graciously donated a digital signage for us, so that should be going up soon for people to know about the drop-off. And the other thing to realize is that, most of the time when you have an emergency where you have to be rushed to Arkansas Children's Hospital, no one is ever prepared. So a lot of this stuff just brightens and helps that situation, that process. So we also are encouraging people to drop off simple things like, mouthwash, or if they want to do gift cards, Walmart gift cards, things like that could help the families and patients when they come, because no one, like I said, is ever prepared for their child to be ill and be rushed down either by Angel One or, ambulance. So this is a great way to give it the holidays. And here's Black Friday's coming up. Just grab a few extra toys. Grab.
I was looking at your list, Stephanie, that you have there. There's a lot of different things, and actually, this is something you could actually take this list with you on a little shopping excursion.
That's right.
And just kind of check off the ones, kind of keep up organized with what you want to. When they take this product to the children's, does the staff there, do they put this aside somewhere, I guess, and and then divvy it out?
Yes,
Is that
they
kinda
keep all of that, and then what they need, they give at Christmas to the patients, and then throughout the year, those items are used
Right.
as patients
New
come
patients
in.
come in.
Right. And you never, I mean, there's also, I know when we were down there with our children, there were children in, you know, the oncology ward who were having birthdays and stuff. So these kinds of things can just brighten their day when they receive a gift from total strangers. I mean, that's just, it's just a heartwarming and just wonderful thing to give, especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas right now.
You know, I was thinking back, I'm getting old. I can't remember how long it's been. You've been coming on the show so many years, but if I recall, you had a child maybe at Children's,
Yes.
maybe two. I can't remember.
I do.
Correct me if I'm
Both.
wrong. But
They're young men now.
I
but
started
yes,
to say, but you got involved heavily
I did.
during that time. I remember that.
Yes, my youngest had spinal meningitis when he was 2 days old, and we were rushed to Arkansas Children's Hospital, and it really was obviously God and having Arkansas Children's Hospital saved his life, because 2 day old and having spinal meningitis,
Wow.
a lot of adults even, you know, die from that.
Don't make it. Yeah.
So it was just incredible, and the care and the love from just the staff that are there to check you in, to the team that works. I mean, you get a team of people that work on your child. The nurses, incredible. They become your family, because you keep in contact. A lot of patients and families out there who go to Arkansas Children's Hospital can tell you a lot of those nurses come to their birthday parties still to this day.
Very personable thing.
It's very.
How many years ago was that?
Oh my gosh. That would have been 21 years ago.
Wow. Wow.
I know I'm getting old.
It was not. It was so. It would have been about because we've since '98. We've started this in '98. So it was you'd already had the children down there. I remember because and you came in. You were very adamant about the program, and the program was really pretty small. It was. I mean, they needed a lot of help. Yeah.
And over the years, we've throughout the state. Arkansas Children's Hospital Circle of Friends have donated fundraised and donated over like $18 million.
Wow.
So
that's
it's just
amazing.
an incredible. I mean, it's all what's also being a process of what's making Northwest Arkansas Children's Hospital come about.
Let's get Stephanie involved. We've got a couple minutes left. Let's talk one more time about the event, when and where, so people will remember.
Again, you know, right now we need folks to help by putting places out for them to donate the gifts. But the actual day is December 15th from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Main Street Merchandise Outlet parking lot. And we, anything you can do to support, whether it's on that day or come by that day or between now and then, just let us know. We love all the help we can get.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Thank you both for coming in today and for all your efforts, your voluntary efforts. It takes a lot of time.
We appreciate our community.
Yeah, we do.
We have an amazing, incredible
We're
community.
fortunate to live in a community like this.
And if they even want to make monetary donations, they can do that as well that day.
Actually, that day. Come out there that day. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Mark your calendar. Don't forget, December the 15th, 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Main Street Merchandise Outlet, right on the 4-lane here in Harrison. Go out by there. They'll all be set up. It'll be easy to find. Help them out. They need help. If you haven't used Children's Hospital yourself, you probably know somebody, probably have a family member. If you don't, at some point in time in your life, if you live in Arkansas or anywhere in the country, you'll probably need it for somebody you know. Thank you both for coming in. Thanks for your great work, and good luck with the event coming up. Thanks for joining us on Connection today. We hope we got some information to you that perhaps you didn't know about. Join us each week as we bring organizations in to talk about what's going on in our viewing area.